Hello, my name is Penelope Loy, and the following is my literature review of current and relevant research on family supportive supervisor behavior, as it promotes employee work-family balance. This research also includes base theories from notable organizational culture theorists Kirby and Buzanel, Keaton, and Medved, among others, to base the research upon. First, let's discuss communication as a field of research. The study of communication is extremely diverse. It can include many factors, such as verbal and nonverbal behaviors, role assimilation, culture in its many definitions, emotion responsives, reactive behavior, and much more. Robert T. Craig's definition of communication indicates that communication is conceptualized as expression, interaction, and influence from a primarily social psychological perspective, and can also be viewed as a symbolic, meaning-centered process of sociocultural reproduction. Keaton's discussions on the dimensions of organizational culture research lays out 5 methods: symbolic, which covers communication as a metaphorical practice in which the communication is representative of relations and dynamics; perception, which includes how behaviors are perceived within a culture; societal, which entails the way culture engages with itself through social norm behavior; researcher culture, which explains the degree to which a researcher can engage with the culture; and motive, which describes any reasons why a researcher may want to discuss a certain organizational communication practice as being legitimate. In addition, he offers a perspective on manager behavior. Culture is curated by management and acts as a control device for subordinates to increase performance. Cheng et al. Research offers a perspective on family supportive supervisor behavior, including that it decreases unethical pro-family behavior. Unethical pro-family behavior can cover a lot of aspects, but the main practice of it is that it works against organization policy and cultural norms in a way that is unethical to the organization. Family supportive supervisor behavior acts as a culture control method, as subordinates are shown what family-related behaviors the organization supports. Achman and Kodalak research in the field of organizational communication discusses role overload, meaning too much work for an employee to complete, causing a strain on their family life, and an increase of turnover in tension. This implies that family supportive supervisor behavior should include methods to avoid role overload. These methods also increase job satisfaction overall and decrease work-family role conflict. Yao, So, and Du's research discusses family-to-work conflict through the lens of spillover. They wrote, "Family-to-work resource spillover refers to the transfer of resources from the family-to-work domain. This can include a lot of factors such as characteristics, problem-solving methods, and many others." They label family supportive supervisor behaviors as a cause of family-to-work enrichment, which means greater role spillover and general job satisfaction. Zinn et al.'s research on sustainable leadership practices indicates that sustainable leadership leads to increased performance and a decrease in work-family role conflict. In combination with Keaton's research, it shows that not only do family supportive supervisor behaviors promote an increased sense of satisfaction for employees by controlling workplace culture to manifest positive representations of family-related behaviors in the workplace, but that they can also have positive impact on performance. which Keaton's research indicates is the manager's core goal. They quote, "Managers should cultivate a positive and conducive working environment that allows employees sufficient energy to spend quality time with their families." Kwan Nguyen and co-authors' research utilizes Hobfall's conservation of resources theory, which indicates that people use their energies and internal resources to solve emotional problems. They theorize that increased emotional intelligence leads to greater emotional regulation and role spillover, and decreased work-family role conflict. Overall, this indicates that family supportive supervisor behavior, which, as Keaton recognizes, forms culture, should include methods to increase emotional intelligence. In conclusion, family supportive supervisor behaviors have many implications on bettering work culture, employee satisfaction, and performance, including decreasing work-family role conflict, increasing in-role and extra-role performance, increasing job satisfaction, decreasing turnover and tension, and increasing work-family enrichment. There is still much to be researched on the topic of family supportive supervisor behavior. As culture shifts away from the constant prioritization of work, more research regarding work-family balance elements becomes possible. Because communication is a study of culture, as Robert T. Craig's definition recognizes, research can be expected to shift alongside it. A few proposed ideas of further research to develop a stronger understanding of family supportive supervisor behavior and all of its implications include describing the dimensions of family supportive policy, researched proof that indicates that family supportive supervisor behavior does not lead to decreased work performance, a discussion on how to inhibit employees from taking advantage of supportive behaviors, and a practical application using training policies for family supportive supervisor behavior. For the viewers, I recommend taking the time to determine what family supportive policies exist within your workplace, determine whether you can count on your management to uphold these policies, and undergo a cultural assessment in terms of your personal family-work balance. Thank you for listening to my literature review of family supportive supervisor behaviors and family work role conflict. I hope you have enjoyed.